is mighty sweet. Liberty sows its seed at Farpoint Farms.
Hey guys, it's Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms here in the mountains, North Carolina. Tonight, a most unusual prep here for the farm, something you're not going to see very often, but you can pick up online. It's amazing, you can find just about anything you're interested in online. This little teeny weeny unassuming box is actually a radiation detector. Yeah, not a radar detector, a radiation detector. So I'm going to go ahead, it's a Geiger counter, you know. If you remember, if you've been a fan of the channel, if you follow my videos, about 2 or 3, maybe 4 years ago now, I found at a flea market a very unusual Geiger counter setup, a civil defense Geiger counter setup, ran on a D battery. Still have it. It has dosimeters that you can put on there that are rechargeable or not rechargeable, reusable. So those are really cool. Some people pointed out that the model I had was actually made for like cumulative radiation instead of just radiation in the air. Thankfully, I have not had it go off yet, so I can't say for sure either way, but this little thing came across on the market here, and I figured, I just got to play with this. So very inexpensive. I got it on that Banggood site. It's kind of like the Chinese version of Amazon, and they got like every weird tool, every cool doodad you ever seen in your life exists there. All right, this is the BR9B Geiger counter, and it looks like a little color screen here. Looks like it's going to need battery. It's got lights on, off, sound, right? So give me a minute here. Pause the camera. Go find myself 3 triple or AA batteries, and we'll see how well this thing works. All right, got it all set up. I'm going to go ahead and peel off the protective label here, and let's go ahead and turn this thing on. This is the very first time I'm playing with this thing, but I thought I'd share it with you. Welcome to the use of the BR9B semi-function type radiation detector. Press the L key to enter detection mode of a nuclear radiation. Do not charge non-rechargeable batteries. Handle gently to avoid damage to the precise glass sensor. Cool. Press L, and here we go. Isn't this awesome? Check it out. Right? So I guess the only thing to do now is try to find something that's radioactive. Let's hope I don't find anything radioactive. All right, there's average is 0.02. Oh man, look, probably radon or something maybe. I'm gonna stuff this thing underneath the house and see if it changes at all. Again, this probably how many rads. Or I'm sorry, I mean radon might be the type of radiation we're picking up. Let me go ahead and I'll put it towards the floor and see if it goes up any. Oh yeah. There you go. And I'll probably start dropping back down here as we get higher up again. Isn't that interesting? Oh, now it's really going up. Okay, so I'm radioactive. Maybe my watch. And you can even hear it clicking. All right, well, I'm going to play with this thing a little bit. We're going to see just how well it works. I'm a little worried that it's going up. But those are really low readings, by the way. So yeah, let me go around the house and see if I can find anything that puts off radiation. You know, old glow-in-the-dark dials on classic watches sometimes had radioactive material in it. That's what actually caused them to glow. I don't know if I have anything around here that I would purposely say is throwing off radiation, but that's what I bought the tool for, to find out if there's anything that I need to be concerned with. And certainly in the case of the unfortunate case of a nuclear attack or a nuclear disaster, well, it'd be nice to know just how bad things are around the farm. Let's check it out. All right, so the highest I found on the property, and I didn't film it because it's starting to rain out there, is the 27. I found 27, and that was, you know, well within the safe range, and it was a rock. So that's kind of weird, but yeah, it was a rock out there. And so maybe I have like a hidden uranium deposit here on the property that I just wasn't aware of. But let me go through the features and functions of this thing. This button right here is our light button. You press that. Let's see if I can get it to work. There we go. And that turns it off. You still hear the click, so you could use this as a conventional dosimeter or radiation detector, and you could save the battery life. There we go. Now, on-off button there. You can record some of this stuff and play it back. And then sound, you can turn the sound on or off. I do like that it has like a nice bar chart for like the last 60 seconds to tell you how bad it was. I mean, 27, not bad here. It's been fluctuating inside the garage. I think there is radon in here, so it kind of comes and it goes. But again, all within like the safe value, right? What I did want to show you is here's our like real-time numbers, right? And look at that, there's 30, so it just spiked up. And then right there, it just popped up. It's been on long enough. There's our average. So for that last, few minutes, it's going to give us an average over, say, I think it's 10 minutes. Yeah, it'd probably been on about 10 minutes. So we'll say it's the 10-minute average. And then on the bottom, this is like the equivalent of a dose meter. That bottom number is our cumulative radiation dose. Like what, if you were to have to deal with a situation where there is radioactivity in the air, then you have to function in it. There are time limits. They want to limit your exposure to it. And so once you reach a certain amount of rads or a certain, dose, they want you to then come in and take, the next 24 to 48 hours off, whatever it is. So it does have that here. I really like that this can be used as a dosimeter as well. Hey, check them out, man. It's kind of cool. Would I recommend that everyone own one of these things? No. But for the price, it's a fun toy. It's something to play with, and you might be surprised at the radon levels in your basement or in your garage if you have a concrete floor like this. But honestly, for this kind of price, why wouldn't you have that little peace of mind? That little that little thing in case the thing happens, right? I'm sure the folks around Fukushima never thought that there would ever be a problem with that, power station going down the tubes, but it certainly did. And so what's to say that something like that can't happen again or happen in another part of the world? I guess that'll do it for today before I go down the rabbit hole. I'm Eric, the owner of Farpoint Farms, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, perhaps you'll think about liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Take care.